guys, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I'm going to show you how to make this mini album using Our Story Half Cut, my memory book die set, and Spring Garden layering die set, both from Tonic Studios. You will be able to follow along using this video. Just pause it as you need to, and I've tried to shorten the steps as much as possible to make it easier for you to follow along. To begin, use your dies to cut the cover of your mini album. This is going to look as it does here. You will need two pieces that look just like this, and this is with the half cut memory book dies. It will be the largest die in that collection. You can then remove the part that is attached to this curve here, and you'll be able to tell that it has the little notches where you can cut that away. You will set these aside for a moment, and using the others die sets from the memory book collections, if you have those, you can use the fifth largest die to create what will be the back of your book. And then you can also use the keepsake dies for the spine. Just cut one piece of this, and this is going to allow you to cut this right in half so that you can have both of the spine pieces that you will need, or hinge pieces, I'm sorry, that you'll need to create this book. It's going to measure exactly about 3.5 inches tall, and that's the perfect size for this mini album. So I will walk you through how to assemble this, and I'm going to begin by applying the adhesive to what will be the spine or the hinges of this mini album. Since you cut it in half, all you need is to apply 3 pieces of adhesive here. The guidelines on that die, the way that it scores, allow you to see exactly where to put your adhesive, but you're essentially folding this paper into 3 mountain folds, and it also has 3 spaces that will be in between each one of the hinges. What I do is I try to cut it out of paper that will fold easily and will not crack. And as I apply adhesive, I also burnish this piece of paper so that it gets used to moving back and forth. And there are your 3 hinges. You will then apply adhesive to the back of this. And you'll see here, this is why I left this paper as it was, because this guideline here will help you know where to place your hinges. Now what I did was I just placed a little tick mark there to allow me to see where I'm going to be cutting away the excess, because as you can tell, this piece of paper here, it doesn't cut away that part, so you have to do it yourself. I just use a ruler, and I also match that up to my background, which is my Tim Holtz glass mat there. It helps me create a sort of T-ruler. Now, here's what I recommend, that you score along that notch that is already marked there, so that you can have the first hinge there of your mini album. I'm using a bone folder just to reinforce that, and you're going to want to use the thickest cardstock that you have for the cover. So that's why I'm going ahead and folding this very gently also so that it doesn't crack. But this paper is quite thick. And now you can go ahead and apply adhesive to the back of that hinge, and giving yourself a guideline to where you scored it. You now know exactly where to place this, but just be sure that you place it about 1/16 of an inch away from that fold line. Then here you have your matching pieces. This is going to be the front of your book. Using that bone folder again, you can also fold the line that will attach to the back of your book. So that's what I've done here. It just makes it a lot easier just to follow exactly where you had placed your hinges, about 1/16 of an inch away from that. Then you can place your adhesive. This is going to anchor your mini album pages. So this is what you're going to apply to the background piece there, or the back of your book. I simply lined it up, as you can see there, and this is half of the book already made. Now the other side will match it. So you'll do the same thing, just applying pressure there to make sure that you've lined it up, correctly, using that guideline. It makes it a lot easier. And here you see the entire book is already pretty much assembled. Now it's a matter of placing the pages on those hinges that you created. So you select one side of that hinge, place your adhesive, and then match up the page, making sure that it doesn't overlap the background there. So you just line them up according to the back of the book. Because this has a curvature in it, or the dies that you use are not straight, then you just have to be careful when you're placing these pages down that they match the previous one. And this will make sure that you have a nice straight book. Now, why not place a half page? You don't have to use the same dies, and you don't have to use them all the same way. So what I've done here is that I just created some half pages that will go into this mini album, as you can see here. And this is now the result, is that I have all of the pages on both sides, very easily assembled here. And as you can tell, 2 of them are half pages and they match the cover of the book. However, those papers on the inside are a little bit lighter in weight. Now, you can cover all of these using your designer papers. This is where the fun begins. What I've done is use the largest die of the Spring Garden collection. It is the one that will match the inside of this mini album very, very easily. As you can tell there, I cut it multiple times and applied it to the pages. And here's a sample of that. You will have a border right on the outside of this that will be the base of that mini album. And then using the other layering pieces, you can now decorate your half pages as well and the cover. So here's a sample of that. It leaves that beautiful stitch edge on the paper. I've used this one to make the cover of the mini album here. And as you can tell, it also has that little guideline there. That is going to help you so that you can see where to punch a hole or attach the closure. Now let me show you how I'm making a pocket in this mini album. I use that same die that I used for the cover. I cut away the excess, and now I'm only applying adhesive to 3 parts of this page here. So because I've only applied adhesive through to the edges there, the outermost edge remains open, and I have 2 little pockets here on this mini album that I can use to place tags or anything like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave a comment below if this has been helpful to you. Feel free to give it a thumbs up if you like. The rest is just up to you. You can decorate to your heart's content, have a lot of fun, and create a wonderful little mini album that you can enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed and come back for more videos. Bye-bye.